everybody? Good to see you. Welcome home. Pound it. Bring it in. You guys look good. You guys look good. You guys been good? All right, all right. You look good. You feel good. Are good. All right. That's, all the goods. Which, good is, well, that's another thing. Anyway, so, hey guys, how are you? How y'all doing? Been awesome. So, I'm you may or may not have, you should know that yesterday was Pearl Harbor. It was December 7th. So obviously, day after. But, so just wanted to kind of touch base on Pearl Harbor Day, or at least, basically kind of just touch base on you. Because it's a pretty significant day. And I know it is the day after, so it's all after the fact, unfortunately. But, mainly the reason why I kind of want to talk about this, not only because it was it was close, but so yesterday actually, it was very interesting. I heard there were some people that really didn't actually fully understand the circumstances or the whole importance of this, of Pearl Harbor and what had happened and what took place and everything like that. And basically what it signified, of course, because, important big things happened afterwards. I don't know if you know this, but like after Pearl Harbor, there's a whole big war thing. People dropped some big old bombs, and people died, and things like that. Stuff. But it was just amazing to me when I was talking to this individual, and not only this individual, there were a few other people that kind of backed them up, and other things that I've heard online, elsewhere, social media, things like that. They just, well, one, they don't fully understand Pearl Harbor. Two, they don't actually know the true history about Pearl Harbor, and three, they just kind of scoff at it, and honestly, they don't know the significance of it. They kind of, kind of what most people do, just kind of, they don't care as much, I should say. It's weird how that happens, but anyway, I just kind of, want to talk to you a little bit about Pearl Harbor. You got to get a little bit of, just get your mind thinking. Now, again, I am no expert. I only know a little bit. I'm what you would call just a professional amateur, maybe, or just a person with a hobby, and just, yeah. So, yeah, really, this is just kind of a rant of how people don't find this important, significant, or anything, because I don't know, honestly, why they would think that. I mean, Pearl Harbor wasn't. I mean, there's a reason why we say it is a day that will live in infamy, because it will. Just like September 11th, December 7th will do the exact same thing. In fact, now maybe it's because there's not so many people who are alive who can say, I remember when Pearl Harbor happened. When people can still say that about September 11th. I mean, I can even remember, like, granted, I was a little kid, and all I remembered was that we got to go home early, and I tried to watch TV, and all I could find on TV was the news about this plane hitting a tower. Didn't know what was going on until it hit me. It's like, oh, that's not good. It's not to laugh at, but that's where I was a kid. I didn't know, and so that's while Pearl Harbor, not a lot of people know what happened and how significant this was. So, just some real quick things I just kind of want to really address. And I know you guys will probably just be like, well, duh. But this was just stuff that I was talking to some people and saw online. And I'm like, what in the world are you thinking? What? It made no sense. It absolutely made no sense. So, I know I'm babbling on. It's just that I'm trying to get more composure, because it's very frustrating when something significant like this. Imagine if not Pearl Harbor, but the Twin Towers we were talking about September 11th, and people basically started saying, well, it was stupid. There's no reason to think about it. It's not important. Get over it, type thing. And that's putting it mildly. People would throw kind of a hissy fit. People know. Probably people still have know, and people remember it. So it's still significant. The fact that there's not a lot of people who are probably still alive that remember December 7th doesn't mean it's not significant. It was because of Pearl Harbor that launched us into World War II, as you guys know, or should know. And it was because of that led a huge arms race, which developed countries all over the world to go into war, of course, and launched eventually afterwards the nuclear race. Well, during that, but the nuclear race, which then would lead up to the Cold War. And basically, it set from the events of Pearl Harbor in a little speck over. It's what made us us. It's what prevailed that threw America forward into war and got it up off its butt and started doing something. So to say that it's insignificant is very frustrating, we'll say, and just also the fact that it's unimportant. Any time that somebody loses a life, it's of importance because every life is valuable. And this was a surprise attack that many, I don't even know the statistics actually. I should have looked that up before I did this, but I was just so in a eagerness. It was so eager to do this video that I just kind of rushed forward, and that's probably why I'm just all over the place. But it's a lot of people that lost their lives. And a lot of people. I mean, in fact, I have a family member who was found missing in action during Pearl Harbor. Never found the body, and to my knowledge, that's how it happened. Was they never found. So it is significant due to that. It's also significant due to the fact that it is what caused is what really propelled World War II forward into full-blown war, and it's what eventually led to the atomic the atomic bombs and everything like that, and kind of made society what we are today. Also, a lot of them were also talking about how just and this is just because I'm more of a historian. They were saying like, oh yeah, it was an unattacked vote. This is other people. These people who kind of understand the they do understand the significance of Pearl Harbor. They just don't know the historical facts about it. Again, I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. It was one of those videos that I just had to do. So I should have probably gotten more things lined out. But they just think it was an unprovoked attack, that there was no reason why Japan needed to attack, which is true to a point. However, there was a lot of things that America was doing to Japan with oil embargoes and basically what we've done with Russia now with the I can't think of the dang word. Anyway, the thing where basically you limit people's power and you basically as America, we really put a stranglehold on the economy in Japan during the early 1930s. 1930s, and even a little bit before, but mainly it was the 30s that we really did that. And so Japan was wanting to expand, and because of our stranglehold, they couldn't really do that. And honestly, their way of life was altered because of that. So because of that, they went and they attacked. So that was the point. So that's why Pearl Harbor happened, even though, other reasons why. But I'm just going to go ahead and say that, you know what? Because I'm already all over the place, I'm going to go ahead and say that's why Pearl Harbor was significant, and that it is super important, and that it is a day that we should remember, and a day that will live in infamy. Again, I'm sorry, guys. I was all over the place. I apologize, but yeah. I hope you got something out of this mess. Uh, I love you guys. He definitely loves you, and I'll see you next time.